permanent installation here in LA. Something that was only here for a very short time.
Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the southern part of California, more specifically Los Angeles, California. And here I've learned there's a tradition here in Los Angeles of museums, temporary museums. They last for 6 months, a year, a couple weeks, but they don't. I guess things are so trendy here that museums go faux pas so quickly that they come and go. And here's one that's about to go, but I was able to catch it in time. It is the Museum of Failure. Now, I must admit, I don't really know what's in here, but the name like that, how could I not check it out? Hopefully this isn't one big fail. Follow me. Adam, you're failing to make it into this museum in a timely manner. We start the Museum of Failure, of course, with one of the most legendary failures of all time, the Edsel, which, despite the infamy, it's a really cool looking car. Vroom vroom. It's an XFL football, the failed football league. Ironically though, they actually just made an announcement like a week ago that they're restarting the XFL after like 15 years. Nike Magneto, apparently it says sunglasses we actually glued magnets to the side of your head so they could clip on and off. That doesn't even seem real. Certainly wouldn't call Oreos a failure. I guess they're saying individual flavors may be considered a failure. There's Peep flavored, Swedish Fish flavored. Yeah, some of them are pretty weird. I guess here are some notorious failed movies. And down here, oh, this one kind of gets me. Blockbuster. I spent many nights wandering the aisles of Blockbuster. It's a portable record player. Imagine someone walking down the street jamming with that, spinning around their neck. And then for some reason this dog translator failed. I guess it turned out to be a hoax, but I don't know really why you would need a dog translator. Basically a dog barks, you either feed him, let him out, or pet him, and he'll usually be happy. Now this hammer and spike actually were used to lobotomize people. For some reason now lobotomies are considered to be somewhat of a failure, considering they made you into a brain-dead zombie. Here's a notorious failure. AIDS candy, which at the time, you know, this was fine, and then when the AIDS epidemic came, no one wanted to put AIDS in their mouth. Oh wow, they actually have the Segway in the Museum of Failure. Do you remember when they made the announcement that they wouldn't even say what it was, but they said they were releasing an invention that would change humanity, and it turned out to be the Segway? Did not change humanity because it was banned almost immediately in every city sidewalk in the world. And then the owner of the company actually died by driving a Segway off a cliff. I guess this boat was a failure. I wonder, oh yeah, that big failure. The DeLorean, I guess, is considered a failure despite its ability to travel through time. And yes, this actually does have the time machine built into the model. It's a Betamax player. Believe it or not, I've never actually seen one of these in real life. Wow. The entire country of Iceland has been deemed a failure. And also the Tidal music streaming service. It's this Little Miss No Name. It's a homeless, begging baby doll, which failed for some reason. Maybe just because it was kind of depressing. We have growing up Skipper, who apparently, if you lowered her arm, would sprout breasts, which is really a bizarre concept for a child's toy. Oh, this is kind of crazy. The Kayla doll. Apparently she connected to the internet and she could have conversations, but then she sold all your information to corporations so they can target you. Kayla. It's like an industrial spy. I remember actually seeing these in the store. These are like CDs that played scent. Like literally, it had a scent story where you put it in the CD player and it would just like let off different smells. It really, just a dumb idea. These are big pens for her. Basically, they're pens that are pink. That's all they are. My son one time traded his iPod for Zune. Not his best decision. An Atari with E.T., the most unsuccessful game in video game history, actually almost ruined the video game industry, and they actually ended up burying all the cartridges in the middle of the desert. There's the Virtual Boy. I remember this thing was really dumb. It like stood on a table. You couldn't even strap it to your head because it was too heavy. You had to like look into it on a table, and then we played these weird 3D games, but the only color was red. Just an awful, awful thing. These are Hostess Grizzly Chomps. The little cake here, the gimmick was that each one already got a bite out of it as part of the gimmick because their mascot would allegedly take a bite out of each one, but apparently it reminded people of eating other people's food that had been discarded, so yeah, who wants that? These are phone fingers to avoid putting smudges on your smartphone. Brilliant. Oh, the Power Glove. It's so bad. I remember my friend got this, and we all thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever, but it literally just was unusable. It was a piece of garbage. I've never heard of the new spoon before. Apparently it was this disposable paper spoon you folded and ate with that never caught on. Oh, I remember Olestra. Good old diarrhea chips. I remember I was so excited to try the Heinz colored ketchup, and then I put it all over a burger, and I couldn't even finish it because it looked like it was covered in paint. You know, psychologically, your brain just cannot handle purple ketchup. Yeah, combining liquor and intense energy was never a good plan. It's probably the most notorious marketing failure of all time. New Coke. Now the opinions expressed here are the opinions of the Museum of Failure, not that of the Carpetbagger. It's to be quite an exhibit on our president, Donald Trump. Trump Ice, spring water. Well, that's interesting. I do think this is really odd. They have Trump vodka. Not odd that someone would make their own brand of vodka, but Trump has never drank alcohol in his life. He's been very clear about that. So why should I trust his opinion on vodka? I actually really loved the Arch Deluxe, believe it or not. Colgate beef lasagna. It's the first thing I would think would be, does it taste like toothpaste? Pretty clear why this one didn't take off. There was a Japanese company that's goal was to sell, or not sell, but rent these artificial girlfriends. You paid a daily fee, and then when you were done, they hosed her down and passed her on to the next guy. Oh gosh, Google Glass is already here. The Rejuvenate, this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. This is a horrifying face mask that actually electrocuted your face as, like, I guess to make your skin better or something. That's just psychotic. It's Harley Davidson cologne. For those who want to smell like a biker. Failure confessional. Oh, this person dated Billy Corgan. This person paid $15 to get in here. Not doing what I love because of fear and too many what ifs. Guess it's time to do my own failure confessional. So the Museum of Failure, oddly enough, not a failure. I actually quite enjoyed myself in here. Anyways, please check down below in the description. I have an interactive map that'll show you all the different museums, locations, roadside attractions that I've been to. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, a donation of at least $3 on Patreon, and I will send you monthly postcards. $10 or more will get you a specialty postcard. And there's also other ways to support the channel, such as t-shirts, and all those links are down below. For now, this one's in the bag.